That was Hitler. He was in Europe. I said that was Hitler. Hitler was in Europe. And this Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Those Europeans and Jews wanted him to quench. One more time. That was Hitler. He was in Europe. That was Hitler. I say he was in Europe. And that Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Oh yes, Europeans and Jews condemned him to death. That was war. I said that was war. Yes, that was war between Hitler and Europe. And that was war to eradicate apartheid in Europe. And that was war to eradicate apartheid in Europe. And all the whole world was invited to fight. The whole world was invited to fight. Yes, the whole world was invited to fight. Because America was invited to fight. Japan was invited to fight. Russia was invited to fight. France was invited to fight. Not all that, Africa was invited to fight. Yes, Africa was invited to fight. My father and your father were invited to fight. My father and your father were invited to fight. Like obedient children, we went there to fight. Like obedient children, we went there to die. I said like obedient children. That was Hitler. He was in Europe. I said that was Hitler. Hitler was in Europe. And this Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to quench. One more time. That was Hitler. He was in Europe. That was Hitler. I say he was in Europe. And that Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Oh yes, Europeans and Jews condemned him to death. That was war. I said that was war. Yes, that was war between Hitler and Europe. And that was war to eradicate apartheid in Europe. And that was war to eradicate apartheid in Europe. And all the whole world was invited to fight. The whole world was invited to fight. Yes, the whole world was invited to fight. Because America was invited to fight. Japan was invited to fight. Russia was invited to fight. France was invited to fight. Not all that, Africa was invited to fight. Yes, Africa was invited to fight. My father and your father were invited to fight. My father and your father were invited to fight. Like obedient children, we went there to fight. Like obedient children, we went there to die. I said like obedient children, we went there to fight. Oh yes, like obedient children, we went there to fight.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Labropod Radio. We want to thank you again for tuning into Labropod Radio this evening. Wonderful Monday afternoon. We want to thank God for that. And we are here again this evening. We want to make sure that we continue to have a conversation. Please share this video to as many people as possible. We'd like to have as many people turning into our show as much as possible tonight. Safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for your mercy of forgiveness. We want to thank you for your mercy of love. My Lord, as we come before you again tonight, those brothers and sisters that are still in pain, especially our sister, Madam Esther Clark and her family, we put their entire family in your hands. Please, my Lord, provide some peace for them. Please, my Lord, we ask that you provide comfort for that family. Any other family that is going through pain tonight, again, my Lord, we put that family in your hand as well. But we especially come before you tonight to ask that peace is put in the heart of a mother. That peace is put in the heart of a father. My Lord, help us. Help us. My Lord, we come again tonight and we say thank you for everything you have done and continue to do. Because of you, we are here. Because of the lights you put out, we see, though our eyes are open. But we ask that you continue to help us, bless us, guide us. My Lord, as we hear it again tonight, we ask that the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed. We ask that the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Waka, be blessed. Extend his life. Whatever he touches in the name of the Liberian people, my Lord, please intervene, that indeed he will be successful. Whatever door that he knocks, my Lord, open the door in the interest of the Liberian people. My Lord, we come again tonight to have conversation. We ask that you guide our tongue, guide our thought. We are a jealous human being. Guide us. Guide us. My Lord, we ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, folks. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Please share this video. Share it to as many people as possible. Tabata tonight is not easy. But anyhow, folks, thank you for joining us. We're here again tonight to have conversation. Uh, we want to say here to you tonight, we will, by popular demand, because the question I asked last week or the last week, people are saying bring that topic up again. But that topic will only be brought up one today. That's it, because people asked me to do that. And we'll move on. Liberia need to step up the plate. Liberia, no violence, no violence. Violence does not solve any issue. If you do violence, you're not going to get the result you want. You might have an instant gratification, but it's not going to last because it's based on faulty foundation. That's what violence is. Violence is an instantaneous process. Violence does not sustain itself. And how long you're going to stay angry? So violence is not an answer. Ballot box, going to the booth, exercising your constitutional right, guide that right, use it to the best of your ability. Don't let people fool you. So the question tonight again is, who are we? What country is this Liberia that we're talking about? Where the president budget is over $1 million. The vice president budget is over $1 million. Folks, who are we? Knowing fully well that the USAID that used to supply, give us money, $50 million is going to be cut. Who are we? We continue to give these people millions and millions of dollars. For what? Who are we? Who are we? Those who are supposed to be helping the president, his support staff, continue to enrich themselves. Who are we? We sat on this platform, insulted another human being like he was not even part of us. We went up and down insulting people because we didn't agree with them. Who are we? We come on this platform and dance for the incoming government. We said they would do certain things that would please the Liberian people. Who are we? Who are we? Why are we not able to resolve issues? Who are we? When we come in a foreign land and work as a foreigners in these various departments, in the various organizations, we behave easily. We behave normally. We behave godly. But when we get to Liberia and we are asked to help and do the same thing we're doing in foreign land, then we're different. Who are we? Why are we behaving towards each other like that? What is the reason? Who are we? Folks, I sent a link out already. If you care to join me, please do so. If not, I will enjoy myself as well. Who are we? You have people, political party, come to power, and the only people they employ are the party scene. Whether they are qualified or not, they are party scene. Who are we? Does Liberia belong to a political party? Who are we? What are we doing to ourselves? Who are we? You come in this country, you work in a factory, and you save money to send money back home to build yourself some sort of a bungalow. You come in this country, work double, save money to do good things at home. And when you send money home, your own relatives will try to rob you. Who are we? Who are we? And what do we stand for? What is our cultural value? What is our own value within us? Who are we? Why is it that we are not able to trust each other? We have no respect for one another. That's for sure. Who are we? I'll read something to you, and then we'll go back to that question again. This is I believe it's from Front Page Africa, and you can say whatever you want to say about Front Page Africa. It really doesn't matter to me. Those are your opinion. It does not change what Front Page Africa has written, but I'll read it anyway. So, Front Page Africa. Why? Front Page Africa. Front Page Africa. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. These things are very critical. They're very important. They're very important. Liberia government reintroduced cut to travel fuel and scratch cards. Allowance in public outcry over excessive spending. The Boakakun administration came to power on the promise of bringing real change, departing from the old ways to adopt new policy. From the old ways to adopt new policy that prioritize the people. This was the pledge of the rescue train. Who are we? We came, we sat here, and straight face, just like I'm facing you now with my eyeball open and scratching my eyes, that this government would not do things as before, that this government coming in will be different. Nothing. Things that we accused, and some people went ahead and insulted another Liberian because he was president of the Republic of Liberia. Yes, granted, they were corrupt. But what is the change? What is the change that we cry for? What is the change? Where, my people? Y'all show me. Then I will shut up. Y'all show me. Y'all show me the change we cry for. If the people come out here, people will come here again tonight and accuse the liberal of lying to the Liberian people because we supported this government. Let me go on. The piece that I want to read, I'll just go straight into that. Okay. Okay. This is just something that I cannot fathom. Why is it that a government, the executive, the president, the vice president, the speaker, the deputy speaker, president pro tem, five positions in Liberia have used some money, and schools are unable to fulfill their promises to the young Liberians in terms of education and providing material for the educational process. Hospital are unable to fulfill their promises to Liberians by providing drugs and medicine in the villages. But yet still, those who sit in the offices control the money. Who are we? Why? You ran a campaign, people trust you, believe in you, based on, you think if you're to zip your mouth, you go stand there and don't say anything, they're going to vote for you? You told them what you're going to do. And some of these people today, they got nothing. So the government business is this the way now that many Liberians, of course, they've been like that, but it's been exposed more and more. And it seems like young Liberians now just forgetting the part of private, whatever it is. They don't want to have anything. Everybody want to go to the government and be able to succeed in running campaign, being said legislature, being a lawmaker, whatever it is, and then they can make their money. Forgetting to know that the money they're making belongs to all of us. Who are we? Who are we? Are we, and let me throw this in there as well. And these are my own thoughts. I could be wrong. Are we doing these things knowingly? And I will keep asking the question. And Terry came here the last time, disabused me of it, educated me of it, but I will still ask the same question. Are we doing these things knowing fully well that we are hurting Liberians, but just because we don't care? Or is it that these things are being done without realizing that we are hurting our brothers and sisters? Who are we? In the days, they used to have a Montreal fishing company. They brought fish, frozen fish in a cartoon. Take it to the market. Market women will buy. I'm not too sure if that same process is happening now. The fishery that's supposed to be ahead of it, she's on a suspension. For what? For what, my people? Who are we? The young lady at Nuka on a suspension. For what? For what? Why? 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 And then today, the Minister of Finance announcing that indeed they will cut some stuff. But the cutting they're doing, they took cleavage to the poor people on the side. Cut, cut. But when they get to the people on top, they took razor blade to cut elephant meat. You're taking razor blade to cut elephant meat up there. But you're taking machete to come and cut frog down here. The frog down here, that's why you're taking big knife to cut frog down. But elephant up there, you're taking razor blade to it. Why? Why, my people? Fantama, good morning or good evening, ma. Thank you. Madam Esther, keep putting those pictures up, and they're very painful to all of us to watch. I just thought I'd put that in there. But thank you for joining us. We'll continue to pray for her. Let her continue to offer our prayer, and that God will try to find, God will come in to settle some peace in the family over there. But let's go on. Thank you for watching, madam. Thank you very much. So you take razor blade, you take it to go cut elephant meat up there. But you take big knife, collect, to cut frog down here. Who are we, my people? Who are we? We ourselves, as Liberian. Are we lazy? I don't know. We have no respect for each other. That's for sure, though. There's no question asked. We have no respect for each other. As Liberian, forget it. And especially those that have the opportunity to serve at any position, they think they're better than anybody else. And these same people that serve in a higher position in the government, position of authority, have gone places all over the world, have traveled and seen. Why can't we repeat those things for ourselves? Up to this time, foreigners still control our economy. Up to this time, we come here and cry every day. But we'd rather steal it and give it to a foreign bank to keep it for us. Guess what? When you steal the money, you give it to the foreign bank take it and give it to their citizen to make business, and in turn, making profit off of your foolishness. Off of you. The money you borrow from World Bank, it come to you, you steal it, then you give it back to the foreign banks to save it for you. They take that money and invest it in their people. Why your people can't even walk in the street of Monroe when it's rainy? Why, my people? Why? Why? It's not that we're not knowledgeable. Don't get me wrong. If you listen to some of these people, you would think, say, oh my goodness, I had a master degree a day, 2, 3 master 4 a day. They study, they know the book. Application, not day. Application, do not for nothing. But what those same people, you bring them here in the United States, you take them to Europe and put them in the position of authority. Yep. They will not stay fasting. They will make sure the community they're serving, community enjoy their hard working process. If you take these same people and put in charge in any community outside of Liberia, they will come in. Let me bring in Jerry here. They will come in, these same people. You take them out. Wow, Jerry, you're looking zooted tonight, my man. Wow. Wow. Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Yeah. So these same people now, you take them and say, let's go and go work for foreign company. They see Cavon here. Cavon, when you were working for foreigner, you hear him making noise? He was doing his job. And when you go check behind him, he did it 100% of his ability. No noise, nothing. He come to Liberia now, waka waka, yege yege, maga maga, everything. Who are we, my people? You know, during the 2000, immediately after the 2018 17 election, I think there's this lady Bull. She said, "Look, Liberian men, you ain't able to position, you gonna give it to women. I think we women will do better job than y'all." What truth it is? Why is it that we are unable to solve common stuff in Liberia right now? Nothing to occupy the young people. Nothing. And you're wondering why. I'll give you an example before I go to Jerry here. There's an issue between the police and the pimping boys right now. These are Liberians. This is how they make their money. But because we don't have respect for each other, when we're approaching these things, you cannot legislate, I call it goodwill. You can't make goodwill law. You can't make law and pass it and say that goodwill law, people got to follow it, everybody must do good. You can't legislate good heart. It's the same thing. You cannot police a human behavior. You will not be successful. In order for you to police human behavior, I believe, you will have to bring that person on board with you. First of all, let the person come and understand why you're saying what you're saying. What is the result? How is it going to affect them? And if it's affecting them, what other avenue do they have? You have to provide those information. You can just get and say, well, we don't want you riding the whole area. Why? Oh, because you're dying. It's not enough. Who are we though? We continue to people getting in a position, they continue to enrich themselves. We continue to suffer. Our brothers and sisters continue to suffer. Go in Grand Jida County, the Burkinabe. Right now, they myself were going up and down my land business. But they will not stay there. That total land, I was born on that land. What making things from Burkina Faso, you can't stay on that. They're not happening. They're not stay there. But I'm not alone. Because relatives, family members, brought those people in and introduced them in family farms. Because we don't know who we are. Who are we? Let me bring in Jerry. Jerry, thank you for joining. Dr. Malley, you were on earlier. I'm not too sure what happened. I don't see you anymore. Join me if you care. Jerry, Same question last week. Let's try to enjoy ourselves before the disruptor come in here and try to make it into politics again tonight. What do you make of
But
my
you see,
tabata here?
no, you see, I went back and looked at two things in human behavior, something called natural science and physical science. Natural science regulate physical science is our being. The way we, you and myself are. The natural scientists say, no, we have to regulate the criminology and all the other science until you say no. If the person do, excuse me, if this happened, the person need to be punished. Natural science said no. These people were born with this behavior. So for that reason, these are the behavior. The other person said no, it need regulation. Then we had the natural science, physical science, and say we need infrastructure, we need this for people to be habited, to be able to live in life in a good society. So we need regulation. Regulation is to monitor our behavior, to strengthen our behavior. That's why I want you to think, let's start thinking who we are. Hmm? Who we are. The street you drive on at your house or before you get to your house. Probably say 35 miles per hour or 15 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour. No, they do that to regulate you. Because if we don't do that, they will be chaotic. They will be, especially the economic world we are living in. So regulation is important. But how do we regulate? That's one of the things we have to look at. That's human behavior. So regulation have to come in. Natural science is something you must have born with that potential to do things. So that's what it is. But yeah, what I want us to think about as a Liberian and those that listen to us all the time. And in fact, my sister Sherry, thank you for coming. I have not seen you anyway. I've been sick. I just came back, so I have not seen you. Thank you for coming back. I love you the best. Okay. But Mr. To our responsibility, we all have an obligation to our dear country. If the president calls you to say, come and serve, it's an honor. It's not a privilege. It's an honor to our country. We all owe our gratitude to our country. You should be a nationalist. Somebody who cares for your country. Somebody, let me put this in another context. Since they're who we are, these are science projects. There's something they call park doctrine. Here's how park doctrine work. For example, if you went to the park this evening, where you are, and we can, for us now, we can go to the park right now. We can't go to the park because it's very cold. But the park doctrine is that when you go to the park, it's clean. And when you drop something, if you don't pick it up, somebody come and drop something. By the time you go to the whole park is infested. That's why they call it the park doctrine. So the park need to be clean. So that's why they have all the trash can when you go to the park. That's what they call it park doctrine. But that's what happened in Liberia. I just came from that January. The city is sanitary wise is terrible. Let's be realistic. It's dirty. The only place you can find good life when you leave, you come all the way, you pass or how you call it invisible park, you start coming Oro or Congo time and all these things. But the greater Monrovia itself, the city of Monrovia, is we need to do something better. So these are questions ourselves. Human behavior. Let's look at it. People don't care. They always say, oh, the government will come and do it. Who is the government? It's your own land. You go shit, excuse my French. You do defecation on the property. You expect the government to come and clean it? Look at it. What is the name? The the waterway that facing Solin Wind, the drainage system. Where Boaka was there, the Excellency was there last year. Go back and go see it now. It failed again. Be punished. Until we stop punishment in this thing, it's not going to work. I'm frozen.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Jerry. Um, are you there?
Okay, no, I'm back now.
Jerry, are you with me? Okay. I'm going to call a friend of mine here this evening.
All right. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Community policing. Community policing, it doesn't mean that you go and have or what do you call it, a picnic. No. You have to engage in the people. You're not just going to the town hall, you have a meeting. No. What is the engagement? Let's take, for example, like Monrovia. You have Ask Us School program. This time, the police department is not, we are proactive now. We're not reacting anymore. It's a babysitting job we're doing right now as a police officer. It's a babysitting job. Let's be realistic. That's a babysitting job. You got to be proactive rather than be reactive. Take, for example, after school program. How many children in Liberia that have after school programs? The police have to initiate team within the community. Or maybe midnight basketball game, just for the crime to reduce. There are so many things you can do in the community policing. It's not just go there and say, oh, get a bag of rest and think, no, that's not community policing. So we got a lot of work, especially when it comes to the police department, 21st century policing. Thank you. Maybe I'm not talking about
well, thank you, Jerry. And no, you're quite on point. But let me go back to this thing here. In Liberia, things that I know of, the rules are bad.
Oh, you're crying. You can rescue. That's the rescue we are having.
I told you
rescue.
that let's enjoy ourselves before the stabilizer come in here.
What? The child who says the mother will not.
No. You see, yes, we are giving analysis. We are not crying. That's analysis. That's something called analysis, acknowledgement.
Why you start being behavior specialist
until you kill me.
Mr. So, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We have a system here that we're operating on.
You know what? And
we will hope that you stay within the confines of that system.
The engineer, the role where engineer to the behavior specialist, the police officer now to sanitation. The rescue mission. That's what happened when people can rescue. That's what happened. Good evening, Mr. Barker. I'm here.
Exactly.
I am the only guy to the Liberian.
No, you're making a point. No, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. That's why we are here to rescue. You have to rescue people from all aspects of life. So you got it wrong.
People hungry like
you are wrong.
Jerry, look at your coat that you're wearing. Jerry, look at your suit up. That's what the people will eat.
You finished, Mr. So. Can we continue with our show, please?
Go ahead. He's so sorry for tonight. Jesus.
Yes. What happened to my coat? Want me to go to the jacket? I took the jacket.
You are pressing your jacket.
I want to go to the jacket.
You're pressing your jacket.
No, Jerry.
Yeah, I want to go my jacket.
No, stay right where you are. That's what
that would make you satisfied. That's fine.
Well, nobody, we really don't want his satisfaction to be the. So let me say this here, Jerry. In Liberia, the question is, I'm still going about it. Who are we? In Liberia, for example, we have schools, young people going to school with no benches to sit down on. We got hospital, clinics all over the countryside, but no medicine, let alone beds. But let me show you something here very quickly. In the 2025 budget.
I'm not hearing you, Mr. Toh.
You don't have to hear me. You don't have to hear me. I'm not muted.
Bob, that's how you talk here. The viewers are complaining. They're not hearing you. That's
the viewer business. Whatever complain.
Fatu says you're not hearing you.
No, that I'm Fatu. If ever complain, everyone complain for me to listen to, I beg you.
All right. Go ahead.
In Liberia, students go to school up in the countryside, no benches. Roofs are leaking everywhere. the good community organization here in the United States, like the districts and what have you, are trying their best to build these schools in a different community, but they don't have the helping hand either. But look at this here. President Joseph Walker gets US $3,442,406. Vice President Jeremiah Kun gets $3,909,152. Senate Pro Tem Nyumli Kanga Lawrence, she gets $1,224 and $1,224,126. Okay. Majority Black Speaker Richard Nabekun, the left-hand speaker, he got $1,505,553. Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler gets $1,285,187 for their offices. Now, when you combine all that, that come out to about about almost 12% of the national budget. Now, the point is, with those type of money being allocated for the top 5 in Liberia, what exactly are they doing that they deserve that kinds of money? Mind you now, most of the staff that working in your offices are also being paid by the government. It's not coming from that budget the money that I just told you about. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Now, President Baka, whom we all love as our father, he's not going to be the only president for life. Someone else going to come in. The person going to continue with this type of process. When do we stop it? Even the speaker that we all say, oh, we don't like him, what have you. He's not going to be a speaker forever. Somebody else is going to come. Even when Franti Kofa was there, that would have been Franti Kofa budget. Who are we?
Oh.
When we know that people do not have things, but yet still, we take this huge sums of money for ourselves. To do what?
Let me come a little bit.
So the question for me, and I will end on this.
Yes.
I will end on this. You see, Spoon CEO, what's his name? Willis Spoon. That kid is suffering. My feeling, though, this is what I think. That kid is suffering so much, and he's in pain, big time. And my prayer for him is that God will continue to guide him. Here's the reason, Jerry. Think about it. This young man uses his platform to campaign for Unity Party. And here's the thing. Many of these people that they were campaigning together were folks knew fully well that Willis Spoon were not going to come to Liberia to protect the president. And many of these people were promising Willis Spoon, oh, we will protect the president. Mr. So please, let me make my point.
Let's have a conversation.
But let me, when you come in, you can say your own. Let me finish, please. Many of these people will say to Willis Spoon, let's campaign together. We will, even if you don't come, we will protect the president. They have won the position. Yes, the painful thing for him now. He himself, he doesn't need money. He's not broke. His family are in good position. But when he thinks about lives in Liberia, children, people who are suffering, and at the same time, he's getting the huge document coming to him, exposing how much money is coming into the country and who's taking what. And there's nothing he can do about it. There is nothing he can do about it. He does not have any kind of enforcement power to say, you stop or don't do that and don't do that. All he can do is to talk on his radio show. Okay. I believe the young man is going through a nightmare right now.
Oh, please.
I believe that. Mr. Soul, it's my belief. I'm entitled to it. Good evening, Victor. And so to land on this here, the corrupt behavior in that country It's going to be difficult to, I'm not saying that we're going to eradicate it completely, but we have to take steps. We, the Liberians ourselves, we have to stop these things. The foreigner, because of our corrupt behavior, they can come in our country and take our gold, take our diamond, take our timber, and take everything else. Because those that are in power, all they have to do is just bribe them a little bit. And they'll say, yeah, go ahead. This is what's happening to us. Let me bring in Mr. So. Mr. So, we're questioning tonight, and I don't want you to deviate from it. That's the discussion on the table. If you are unable to contribute, you can easily excuse yourself because we don't want your conservative idea here anyway, but we will welcome it. We are discussing, who are we? Why are we suffering each other? Why are we not able to move this country forward? What say you?
You know, you're a very stubborn old man. You come back with the who are we again? You remember? You didn't remember last week? Who are we? You came to rescue. That's the rescue mission. That is what it's all about. And this is, we sounded this warning. It's ridiculous for you to come here, a water spoon doing this. You need to stop that. Stop it. Stop it. He who rides the back of the, probably he's the water spoon that tutored Joseph Boyka and the Unity Party to do what they are doing to our country. For you to come sit down here and pretend, who are we? You don't know who we are. You came to rescue. That's the rescue. In the process of rescuing, some soldiers die in the event. So there are other people who die. We haven't seen nothing yet. Until this president gets mature, until this president takes some decisive decision, suspension, replacement, bring them back, nothing happening. And you can say, you need to stop that. You are one of those to get us who we are. We should aim trend, Victor Nagbe and myself, the Elvis, and other people should be asking you people this question. Don't flip the coins. Don't turn the wheel around. We're not stupid. That's a rescue. Dr. Baka will rescue. We will rescue. That's what happened. The victims have become the victor, and the victor has become the victim. That is what's happening. I should tell you, who are we? See, according to library investigators, look at those are your sister, your friend, Yombi Kanga, the senator. Rescue mission, rescuing her family. $1 million budget. You have teachers, you have nurses, midwives, nothing. That's what happened. Darrell Dillon, then, where are they today? They are building their lifetime wealth. We saw this coming. We anticipated it because we
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. So.
Let me finish. I want to finish. Let me finish.
Well, we got time limit on this show. You know that. Thank you very much. Let me go on to Nagbe.
For Fatu, you're seeing him. He will expose himself here tonight. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Nagbe.
Good evening. For full disclosure, please tell me how much time I get so I'll know how to manage my time.
I'll tell you when you start.
No, I don't want you to do me like you did, Mr.
No. This is a show we're running. That I'm better, yeah.
So
that liberal show. Speak.
Mr. Nangwe, go ahead.
You know what, Mr. So, this crocodile tears, that people are shedding now. Oh, we know. We see it. We never see it before. Well, what were you thinking? I was getting ready to come in on the show, and I really feel your anguish, your frustration. You say Witherspoon is suffering, but I think you yourself, I think the passion is in your voice. We're all seeing. I don't want to say you're having buyer's remorse. I hope not. But look, the disappointment is all across the board, and I'll be honest. The disappointment, I think, is so intense because there are a lot of us who feel that this government is capable and can do better. I just don't understand why. I see the president, he's going in and out of the country, he's trying to, Our people say hustle, but there is so much within it that he could garner. He could pluck some of these holes. I was talking about this interview last week that I stumbled upon with Senator Dillon and Senator Snow. Talking to the acting central bank governor, and I'm still in disbelief that it is possible for someone to make that much money, almost $57,000, not per annum, but per month. You know,
What?
that includes $5,000 in housing per month for a total of $60,000 per year. Not to mention, all the other stuff, the scratch card, the generator fuel, the car fuel, all of that stuff. Why does that have to happen? Are you telling me the president is not aware of this? Is he's not capable of doing something about it? Why is he not doing something about it? So, if you're going to have this come to Jesus moment, please spread it around and let it go to the executive national. Help us get the message out. And I told you the other day, welcome to the other side. And you say, I knew you were already on the other side, even though you were denying it. But I know you're on the other side. You're here with us. So please carry the message forward. There is a lot that this government could do and that it should do that it is not doing. It's really it's mind-boggling. 12 months in, we was able to harmonize salaries. How did he do it? Can we not do a little bit of trimming of the salaries of the benefits? I believe we can do that. And then the stop order by the Trump government on aid outside the world, to Liberia, all that. I think this is really a blessing in disguise. This is a golden opportunity now that this president can use as I don't want to say excuse, but he now has a good reason to say, my people, let's take a second look at our recurrent costs, which is eating up about 87, 88, 89% of the budget. I think this is an opportunity. And, I don't want to give up on it. I don't think, he's not going to do something, but, we don't want to wait too long. But yes, a lot of us are just frustrated because we
Thank
think
you.
that the government is capable and should do better.
Thank you, Balabo. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me go on to the next, another Balabo guy. I'm not too sure he's from the Balabo or he's from what part of that part of Terry, are you from the east or the west of Maryland?
The seaside, I don't know that the east or the west.
The seaside Maryland, that south.
South, yeah, south.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you are along the coastal land, coastal.
Yeah, the coastal area, but again, our people have other link in Plibo.
Okay.
Plibo. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
we
if you're
also have
from
Bush
Plibo and
Grove.
all that, then what
Got
were
Bush.
you doing? What were you in Lofa County? All that kind of stuff. What are you doing in Plibo there? But
But
it's
you
not
know,
so. I'm
Lofa,
having conversation
you know,
with my fellow.
History will come for again, my people.
Lofa is a busy country.
We're not here to come.
Now, he just, if a level, he tell Mr. Collins 1 second, he wants to bring this program to an end completely right now. If he had his own way, he would say, gentlemen, the program finished, but he can't.
So let's hear from you, Terry. Thank you for Johnny. I'm still on the same question that I asked the last time. The reason why, because people been calling me to continue asking the question, they think it's an interesting question about us. But I can see right now, listening to Nagbe and Mr. So, they do not see this question as being a general question and behavior question as far with respect to Liberians. They are using this question for the political gain, and it's not the intention. This is not about politics. It could have happened on us ANC. It could have happened on any political party. But these two gentlemen, they decided to turn their question around and perhaps try to get me or any other person who supported this government to try to make it seem like somebody is regretting. Nobody is
You see
regretting
right
that.
there, you see right there, you see right there. So your support is not in past terms. You don't support this government anymore.
I'm still
But then why you still supported?
we supported them to come to power. They're in power now.
And you still support them.
Yeah, we still support them, but we will
Okay.
criticize when we see
All
the
right.
opportunity. But the
All
question
right.
that I'm asking tonight, Jerry, I mean, Victor, it has nothing to do with politics. This I'm asking about us Liberians, and I'm just naming a few examples. But yeah, you and Mr. So will come in and try to make that into and politicize the beautiful question that I'm asking. So let me go to rescue two to see if he can help me
Well,
land the question here.
rescue two. I didn't know that. Okay, rescue two. But who's rescue one?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Terry, Terry,
Yeah.
Terry, let me hear from you on this beautiful
Oh
question
my
I keep
goodness.
asking.
Well,
I know
Liver,
you've been beating it in my hair, but I will keep pushing it up. I told the audience already tonight will be the last time me asking this question. I'm not going to ask about it again. But go ahead, Terry. What do you make of it?
well, that question I think it need to be asked most often because it's involve everybody. Every Liberian have a contribution to make to that question in regards to who are we. But I heard you talking something about Senator Waterspoon, right? How he really loved the country and his heart and all that. I think the man's a politician. You see, when a guy start to make mention of when he always say, "I'm doing it for the Liberian people," those are political position. I'm involving into rice. Rice is a political tool in our society. Anybody that really venture into area have political ambition. So unless you can see it, unless you can see it. So like I heard that, because he wanted manipulate over rice, and they said no. So and then, but we still see him philanthropic, his attitude, Christmas season supply rice and all that. And most of the time, he always say, "Oh, I'm doing it for the Liberian people." Those are political statements. He have a political ambition. So, and only people who can see it. So as a result, anybody who sit in that seat, he will go against you because he envy the position. He wants the position. That is why he go again. So he look for every bit and piece. Think about it. Discussing Hassan Farika fighting with Sawyer man. Those are minor things. There are bigger things at stake in the country for us to be dwelling with trivial matters where something that can happen anytime. You know, Sawyer man get drunk on the highway. He park a car. By the time go there, the two of them get into a face or something, and something happen. We can't take 4 hours to discuss it. What's that? What we're talking about? Schools need money, hospitals need facilities. Then you discussing those kind of things. Those kind of things are not important, liberal. But to your question, who are we? We are the most we are the most complicated people on the planet. We are the most complicated people on the planet. We are the people who can defecate on the track and pass on our sea road to go find food to eat. You understand? So we are the most complicated people on the planet. We are the people who are advocating for change, but do really want it. You understand? We want to change. But when you can't, you say, okay, we'll break the play down to move you off from here, to restructure a beautiful atmosphere. You say no. They see people who were crying that they wanted change is now becoming antagonistic to the change that they expect for the government to get in. Then then the other people can say, "Oh, the government said they will do the they didn't do it. They coming. That kind of tabata will come and be on here. Somebody who said the rule of law caucus, your son came from prison when he an unbelievable offense. He walked out. He said he didn't know about it. But his office staff went there to free the man. Rule Lord Cocker. These are the people. Rule Lord Cocker. One of them based on a buffer. The attire shop. A man who come from America who has seen modernization. He built a tire shop or power shop for his people to go stop there. Who are we? These are the people. We are a complicated version of humans on the planet that say one thing but do another thing. You understand, eh? And that goes on to everybody, including myself. You see? So,
Mr. Collins,
yeah.
Mr. Collins, the liberal, is he part of that complicated people?
Let me say this here. Let me say this here. I will take it serious tonight. Let me say this here, Terry. Let me say this here to you, Mr. So and Nagwe. While
But
Nagwe has not come out to make a specific
I wanted
definition.
to let me just say the last one before
Okay,
you come
please
in.
go ahead. Go ahead.
We are the kind of people what can park our car in a majority black speaker position and be carrying 25,000 in a car with 2 million. And the journalists, they didn't talk about that one. The only one they talk about is when the man drove the car. That the one that became most important for political reason. All right. But we didn't talk about the 25. We are the kind of people where a man can leave a district and forget about his own representative and go in another district and vote for that person in that district because he liked the person. You see it? And neglect his own representation for his district and still be shouting on the radio that the government is not doing the right thing. That is who we are. So we got to
Thank you.
put everything inside. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me say this again, and then I'll move on to Jerry. Going back to Stanton Witherspoon, all of you guys missed the point, the overall point that I'm trying to make. I know Stanton Witherspoon is a human being. I know, yeah, perhaps he have political ambition, but the overall point that I'm making here is this, Terry. I hope you will be able to get it this time, and that is Stanton Witherspoon is being provided with huge documents on the operation of the Liberian government. That if he is not careful on how to divulge the information, it could damage the country. He's sitting on a huge information, security information, political information that people provide to him. And the fact that if what I'm saying to you, the reason why I'm saying to you that he's hurting, because most of the information you say he's political, if he wanted to be political, he could have provided to put those information out there so that people will love him more, so that he'll be politically accepted. So he's conflicted. If you're saying what you're saying, I'm saying to you, he's conflicted. In one hand, he wants to make sure Liberia survive. On the other hand, he's seeing everything that comes to him. He gets information tonight. Who's gonna be accused of corruption tomorrow? That information is already in his inbox. The information about money coming in from World Bank, how much is supposed to be coming in, that information he's already having. He also already have tonight what information, who's gonna do what tomorrow. But he's not rushing. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on. Just a minute. He's not rushing. He's not rushing to leak this information out on his platform. When he's been discussing issues, he's very selective in what type of information that is being discussed. So that's the point that I'm making here. Many of us, if we have that kind of opportunity, will be leaking those things out to make sure we get audience, to make sure people like what we're doing. But he's being responsible. And as a result of that, as young as he is, to be at that point, to be disciplined in dealing with national security issue of the Republic of Liberia, it's very hard. especially as young as he is. And people call him names. Many of people that call him names are all Unity Party members. So if he wants to bring total chaos, he could have done that. And that's what I mean by he's hurting. But I'm not saying he's not political. Let me go to Jerry. Jerry, come in, please.
Please let me respond. I know we go ahead.
Yeah, you're welcome to you.
You
Welcome
know,
to you. Jerry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Jerry.
You
Let's
see,
hear first.
you talk about normally you talk about the vice president, you talk about their budget, and it's understandable. It has always been. Let's go back to history. For me, I like history. That's guide you to make decisions. How the person deal with the past. Richard Henry had a budget when he was speaker. We can go back and look at it 20, 30 years ago. Is it equivalent to the modern time? No, it was not. Mr. Jigo, the former speaker, all the speakers that have been there, they have budget. Even the great United States, the speaker here got budget. Playing a sound to them, the speaker got a plane. A sound to him or sound to her. So because we are a third world country. So I just want to make that point clear.
Yeah, but then
It's just that
qualify
the
it,
amount
Jerry.
that's given to these people.
Give us an equation,
Yes,
Jerry.
and that is
Give us
exactly.
give us an equation.
I
On
just
that.
listen, sir, listen. We're talking about third world country. That's what I said. The third world country because the amount of money, 2%
Exactly.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
based upon our
Okay.
The
income
allowance
level,
cannot be
average,
such that it's
upon
breaking the
average,
bank.
the income
That is
of the
what the
average.
problem is. The allowances are breaking our bank.
That's
They're
my
breaking-
point I'm making.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
That's what I'm talking about, sir. That's what I'm talking about. But the allowance is due there, but because of the ceiling, the seal, that's one of the things I'm talking about. So everybody have the opportunity. But here's what I want to say, Mr. Namwe. You talk about humanization of salary. Do you want Baka to go back to that in that position again? When 2SA was 27 million people, Liberian 27 million jobs were created. Whereby we got 5.something million people in that country who want to go back to that same route. So that's one aspect of it. So we don't want to go back again. That's your view mirror imaging. So we're not going to go back to that issue. Mr. So, Mr. To, no, Mr. So, Mr. CEO, are you telling the Liberian people that Baka is not mature, you need a mature person in the executive marshal? He's a mature individual. Well, seasoned, experienced man. And you come out in there where all the mature person to lead the country. What? So now let's watch our words. He's a mature man with experience. Look, you might not expect what are happening, but it takes time to get things done. Let me go to Mr. Bole. When the PRC took over. Hold on, sir.
Dr. Bole, you mean?
When PRC took over. Dr. Bole, that was it, Dr. Bole. He said we expect too much soon out of PRC. So because of the experience, everybody expect that within 90 days or 100 days, the whole from 1847 to 2023, everything will be bread and butter. That's fantasy. So let's get that one straight. All right. You talk about the information Mr. Witherspoon have. That's a security matter. It's concerning to the security. Let me put it into a different perspective. 1986, when the university student were arrested, 6 students were arrested, Dempster, and what her name, Bajibo, and the rest of them were arrested at the university.
That's the Willie
You know what
Colley and
happened?
stuff.
No, that was a state university student were arrested.
Oh,
You know what happened? Because the information was leaking, they called it REACT. Revolution, Education, something, the acronym was REACT. I think Mr. Namwe can attest to that. Students were arrested because information was leaking. So these are things that have been happening in our country. and it was not addressed properly. And it created chaos in our country when the 6 students were arrested, thrown in jail, okay, because of the same leaving information. So all these things excite the public. They undermine the stability of our country, of our security. So these are things we need to address. Just what I said on this thing too. It's about time our security, at the head of security, we need to have a symposium or disco, like they used to do at the University of Liberia. We put 5 people together: security, media, lawyer, business, and clergy. And we have a discussion. What is important to the country? How do we disseminate information? What is the responsibility of the press? Although we can, what is the responsibility of the press? What is the wide aspect out of the security, the clergies, and all these people? We need to sit down and have a coalition where we are when it comes to the information. So these are things we need to start discussing in the future of our country to make sure that these things are function and our country function will be able to have stability in our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. So before I come to you, let me go back to Terry here. Terry wanted to address one or two comments that was made earlier. Terry, go ahead. Make it brief so Mr. So can come in.
No, let you speak your mind. Don't hurry up.
Mr. So, I'm
Yeah,
running my
Liver.
show. Mr. So, I'm running my show. Terry, go ahead. You got 2 seconds.
Yeah, you see, I'm not against a person with a political ambition. Myself, who knows? Tomorrow in the future, I could come and say, I won't be this. I won't be representative or senator.
From being preacher, you want run politics. So everything the people been writing here, political preacher, that's not true, eh?
I'm just kidding, man.
Okay.
I would never go in that era, but I'm just saying
So you just
the
keep going
task
back
could
to
turn.
Terry all the time now.
You know.
Oh, because that rescue too.
Honorable
All right,
Victor, can I just respond? You will have your time to
Victor.
So what I was
When you
saying
come
was,
here, Terry is the
when a
co-host
person,
of a co-host of a co-host. So let's
rescue too. Go ahead, rescue too.
Go ahead, rescue too.
when a person have a political ambition, they become biased and they become compromised, especially when they're discussing the issue. They do not discuss the issue on the basis of transparency. They partially discuss the issue that favors them because of their political ambition. That is where I'm coming from. And information that have to do with the CDC side, he didn't bring it up because he knew it was going to be resisted because these are the people he has solicited on his platform because he's trying to push a narrative. That is the hidden agenda that I'm speaking against. Before he had the opportunity to be in the position he's in now, it was under the CDC-led government that particular station was established. What about CDC that you already heard before he went into his crisis, before Unity Party came in? What did you already hear on that show as the way he exposing Unity Party today? What you already heard from on that show concerning Unity Party, CDC government previous years back, prior to the ending, before they went against him? What you already heard? The way you see him exposing Unity Party, that what you saw him doing during CDC time, you didn't see that. So that is where I'm coming from. I'm not saying he don't have a political ambition. I'm not saying he don't have the desire to run, and that is, you have the freedom. That is your right. But when you become political, when you have that kind of notion, you tend to compromise, and that is where I'm coming from. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. So, let's hear from you.
So, look, we are here to have national conversations. We need to have it in the honest factions and not to play into the tone of someone who wants to be appeased, probably because you just don't know why it's happening. And some of us, we do not play this seat. Well, I experience, it's just not only maturity, it's not all about age. How you govern, how you lead, your decision-making process all factor into that. So when I'm talking in the context, in the totality of how things have been run. That experience, as far as I'm concerned, it has not been proven, it has not been tested, it has not come to reality. Instead, things falling apart, and we need to speak it out, we need to say it. So when people here to protect their own alligators is at their own will, and you have the right to do that. And we will also buttress that because our country is at a crossroad. And this is why some of us took a definitive positions. We did not misuse the microphones, not that we didn't want it to, but we knew some of these things that we knew, and we have followed government from time to time. How people make use or take advantage of the microphone. And the Liberian people were maligned, they were deceived. They projected other people. They did not give the opportunity for us, for people to have a holistic conversation. And this is why some of you having the headache that you are having because you look at one side of the wall. Yes, it almost like the Liberian people those days. Yes, there was a need for change, but they didn't know what sort of change. So everything that came their way, it was embraced. And that's how made anarchy loose upon the world. So when we are having this conversation, we look in the past of the experience where we fell short. So we need to be very careful when we're having this sort of conversation. But people were quick to make a judgment and they took a hasty decisions without taking everything else into consideration. That is about country, people were surrounding these people here. And the fact of the matter, I know Ambassador Boycott now president, but we must understand that the old man does not have that strength as it should be. And that was the same case with Helen Johnson's Salif. And people will be in denial of it. So there is no way that he can supervise, he will monitor these people as it should be. And that's exactly these people are using, taking advantage of that. And that is disgusting. Because some of these people yesterday, they were forceful. Samuel Kofi Woos, we know who he was and his involvement, his actions, his advocacy. Why should he sit and see all of these things that is going on? And I would say we shouldn't call name. People should
Thank
be
you, Mr. So what I can say,
people, you want to sanction my voice?
Mr. So, we got time on this, and thank you very much. We'll come back to you. But let me go to Victor. But before I go to Victor,
that's fine.
Yeah, let me go to Victor. Before I go to Victor, I want to say this here about you and Victor here right now. Before I go to him, it seemed to me.
You don't have to personalize who we are. We have the
Mr.
right.
So, when you were speaking, you were accused of taking side and taking.
I didn't accuse you. You took side. Am I right?
Okay. But let me say this. There's no reason. I don't want to park in the garage. So please, let me speak.
That's where you came from.
That's fine. That's fine. As you can see, I'm not afraid of that anymore. But let me say this, Mr. So, on a very serious note. It seemed to me, and I could be wrong, that you guys are speaking from an envious position of us.
There you go.
The fact that you are unable and did not pick a side. We pick a side, and our side won. And the fact that we are now coming to criticize, because when we come out to criticize the side we support, we will not be viewed, nor are we going to be considered in a community, in a larger community, as somebody being jealous because we did not support them. People knew we supported them. Mr. So the liberal is speaking. People knew we supported them. But one of the kind of point of supporting is that when you support, you should also be responsible. If you see something is not right, be responsible to say it, but do it with respect. So we are being responsible, good citizens. Because when we bring out these things, the question I was saying earlier, is it what we campaign for?
Who do you criticize?
Mr. So you came late. That's why I was
No.
asking some serious question. Some of the questions that I've asked, is it what we supported? Is it how we want it? What is the change that we support?
Who's to be blamed?
Mr. So, we're not there yet. We will tell you when we're ready for shifting blame or putting blame on something. This is not a war. You are a warrior. We're not fighting war here. This is not, we're nobody fighting warrior. No war here. We are debating ideas. You the Donald Trump of LPR. That's not what we do here. We are here to say, look, this government we supported, and this government, the president that we support and still support, there are certain things that are lacking based on the fact that we have
What?
supported this government based on certain ideas, and these ideas are not coming to fruition, and we're asking why. So we have
So,
been
therefore, what
responsible.
is lacking? What is lacking? Certain thing. What is lacking? Tell me. I don't know.
Okay, that's what the conversation about. We'll point them out, Mister. So, you're not the only person that I'm going to be educating. I have tons of people that are watching me that are doing my.
Oh, this is education going on. Oh,
Now,
I
when you
didn't
want me to come
know.
to you, and you want me
I
to jump
didn't know.
over you.
No, you already came to me. You can't take
You're
it back.
not there yet. You're not there yet. I don't want to jump over you.
You already came to me. You can't take it back.
No, but I'm sure I can take
I
my
already,
bike back. I
I
can take
already
my
have.
bike back and jump over you like Samuel Coca.
The rigid
I
cooler,
already
no.
have.
Yeah.
It's
But
a wasn't
let's come to you, Nagbe. Let's come to you, Nagbe.
Look,
You've been listening to the conversation. What are
yeah,
you
and
saying?
I don't really know what has come over you tonight. You know, disagreeing with the president's policies, being disrespectful. What do you mean by that? We have been we've been very
Who's saying
respectful.
that you've been disrespectful?
Well, you said, Mr. So, you and Namwe, you know, we're
I
watching
say
your.
envious, jealous of us,
Look, that's so ridiculous.
jealous of us because we have the responsibility and we carry on
Anyway,
our function.
look, let me say this. You know, Mr. Balcon he's a security expert, so I'm sure he understands how these things work. Let me tell you something. When Obama was in the White House, right? No drama, Obama. I'm sure you remember that. And then Trump comes in, and almost every day there was a leak. When these things are happening, these are signs of dissatisfaction in the government. Yeah, he talked about RIA. RIA actually is Revolutionary Action Committee. I'm not going to tell you the others were, but it was out. It was a student way of bypassing Decree 88A. I'm sure you remember Decree 88A. You couldn't even assemble Decree, let alone being able to openly criticize the government. But now today we have all these outlets, and people are coming to these people, and I'll use Henry Custer as an example. He contested election, I think in 2017, he lost. He's not the most popular president in Liberia, but when people became angry with President Weah, Custer had one of the highest rating shows in town. Witherspoon is enjoying the protest against what is happening right now in government. People are coming to him with all this information because they're very, very dissatisfied.
But he's being responsible, right?
I mean, I can't comment on Mr. Witherspoon's conduct, but I'm just saying to you that he has become the magnet of information simply because people want to vent their dissatisfaction. It happens. It happens here in the States. I'll give you the example between Obama and Trump, and then Biden came in. You saw the leaks were shut out. So it happens everywhere. When the people are not happy and they don't know where to go, they'll find a way. They either go to the press or they will find a way to vent out their dissatisfaction. But having said that, in African politics, we tend to equate opposition to anything. If I become your opponent, if I'm opposed to your views or your methodologies, then we're both enemies. I think it's a mistaken characterization of opposition politics. Really, it's a competition of ideas. You and I can be the best of friends, and we can disagree on methodologies, on tactics, on theories, and we can be friends. What is happening right now in our country? And I hear you. I know you've been responsible about it, but I can see your frustration and a lot of other people who supported the coming into office of this government. I supported the CPP. I'll say that to you. We didn't win, but I quickly said, you know what? This president has won. The UP has won. Let's give them the space and let's see what they can do. But they've been at it for 12 months now. You know, and you say, it's not supposed to. They promised that they were not coming to do business as usual. But what is it that they're doing so differently? What is it? I mean, you ask anybody, people are at pains trying to identify where to give this government a pat on the back. Where? You know, they're laying off so many people, Minister of State, I think 600 people here, you go to the police, 200 people here, but the wage bill has gone up. What sense does that make? You came in, you said the payroll is bloated, you know, let's try to cut the salary and all of that. You're putting people down, but the payroll budget has gone up. How does that make any sense to anybody? You know, you criticize this, you criticize that. Everything that this government criticized when it was in opposition, it is almost doing worse than they did. This is a source of our disappointment and frustration. You know, so this president, for instance, you know, he was vice president. I don't have to give the history. He's been in government for a while. He knows, he understands how government works. How is it does he not have the capacity to resolve the stalemate in the legislature? He knows how these things work. He knows that the president has the capacity to have a breakfast with these two opposing gentlemen in his government or legislature. They are all his children. He's a father of the land. How is he not able to do that? Yes,
Mr. Nambwe.
Mr. So, will
Oh
you
Lord,
please?
I told
No,
Mr. Nambwe,
Mr.
I
Mr.
called
Todd,
his
please.
attention. Look, we are
Please, this
having
is-
conversation.
No,
Don't get
but you are not going to have a kumbaya on my show.
I can let him
but
share my time with
told
me.
him,
But if you
listen,
want,
it's not a matter of
I'm giving
kumbaya.
you the time. If you
I
want to
said-
yield, you
I'm
have to refer
asking-
to
I'm
me.
asking
I
Mr.
am the boss. You refer to
I
me,
understand,
and I will
Mr.
allow
Bo
you
Chairman,
to
Bo
come
Chairman,
in. So,
Bo Chairman,
Mr.
you are
So,
doing
what
great.
exactly
I
your
just want to
point?
announce the mission you try to send me on. The public needs to know, and that's what I'm calling Nambwe attention, Mr. Chairman. Go
What the
ahead.
public need to know what? What the public need
Now
to
he
know?
says you go ahead.
Do I go ahead?
No, but Mr. So, we're here
I
to discuss.
said the responsibility you dedicated,
My
you asked
goodness.
me to do. We need to tell the public how you are managing the affairs of the board of directors of this network.
Mr.
Let me
Chairman,
announce
does
that.
the CEO have your approval, Mr. Chairman? Chairman,
Why you-
No, you will talk something else. No, 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 no. Let's talk it. No, let's discuss. No, you will say something else that will.
Okay, well, my time will talk.
Yeah.
Number they don't want. He doesn't want.
No, Mr. So I'm going to pass the baton back to Rescue 1. Maybe he will call Rescue 2 again or Rescue 3. They can't go.
Again, folks, if you're listening, Samson told Labrador Public Radio. Let me play this commercial here. Just a,
Oh God.
and this is what we do here on LPR. Let me play this here. Okay, that's Dr. Mali, the educator himself, who's going to be having a show here very shortly. And we can't wait to be educated because he will have some real good information that we'll be hungry for anyhow. So let me come to you, Jerry, and then you will be the last one before I open the line now. Go ahead, Jerry.
You see, I'm gonna be honest, we are here, people listening to us. My dear brother, Burkite inherited one of the worst. They dug a hole to try to get us out of the hole. As they were leaving office, they were still hiring people. And Mr. Burkite have to settle with these people to get it. Mr. Burkite have not called nobody under the payroll. He paid off everybody that needed to be paid off. So let's get that point clear. But yet, this is what we need to do. I hear all you say. Let me ask you, Mr. Soul, what is your recommendation on the platform tonight? Well, what you have to say. What is your recommendation? Because you bring out the point, you bring out the point. What is the solution to the problem? You wanted a labyrinth, permanent labyrinth. What is your recommendation? What is your solution?
Are you ready to listen to
No,
my
no, no, no. We'll
recommendation?
come to you.
I give you my time.
Just write it
I
down.
just give
We'll
you.
come to
I
you.
just give you my time. I'm done.
Oh,
I'm done.
Okay, thank you. Write it down. We'll come to you, Mr.
I got
So.
2 minutes. Use my time. I just ask you, what is your
All right,
recommendation?
Mr. So, you got 1 minute.
so
If you can summarize, what is your recommendation? What is the
oh,
solution to the
yeah,
problem? I just look,
yeah.
sir. I'm listening.
I am
I
not,
just want to listen to you.
I am what my job as a program host is to point out some of the ills in government for those of you within the proximity of the president to take note. I am and Kerry, yeah, Kerry. And let me get it clear here because you know the liberal he's presenting or picturing her as if, and I saw somebody writing anti this and that. Okay, I have no control over someone's perception as to how they feel about me. What I'm saying and what we are talking right now is to avoid the same nonsense Solomon George, after working with a sitting president, enjoying all of the good of the president for 12 years. See what, and he came out here recently. Oh, the president didn't listen. The president, that's the same way they would behave to President Boycott.
What
My
is your
job,
recommendation?
that's what I'm telling you. I am not the ones the president have over. He's one of the president with
Okay, just
numerous
say so. So
advisors.
we'll move on.
I
Don't
will
come
just
move, but
point
go all
out,
the way
I will
to
just point
each.
out
Say,
those
you
things.
got nothing to offer
It's
us. Just
enough,
thank you
it's
because you never
enough for
supported us.
you
You
who,
never supported us.
you
That's why
who,
you got nothing to offer
you who
us.
been propagating his message. It is your job to go there. When
But
I
we
say
have it.
it,
We have the
you
recommendation.
catalog them
Jerry
and
just
put
been
it.
rhetorical. That's all. He doesn't really want you to give us that your
Your
recommendation will eat.
dishonest
That
conversation
your
all day you
recommendation
come
will
here.
eat.
I don't want
I
supposed
beg
to
you, Mr.
advise you.
So.
And you get Bushu Ben Keita there, Samuel Kofi Wu, Kelly
But
Justice, and
that you really think that your recommendation will eat,
but that's
Mr.
eating.
So?
That's what I'm gonna. I'm just gonna. When there's a good, I talk about it. When there's bad, I talk. This point in time, I'm asking my president what I voted for or voted against. That's not the point. That's not the nucleus of this conversation. I'm asking my president to take charge,
Oh, he's
to
your president
hold
now.
people accountable.
He's your president now.
And
Oh,
that's what I said.
that's an improvement. That's what we want. Okay, Gary, you clean back your 1 minute. Let's hear you.
You know, but here's the point. The man, he got no solution to the problem. You come here and talk tapata all the time. President do this. You can't even articulate, this is my recommendation. These are the pinpoint, that's what I want the president to do. It's very simple.
Recommendation
come
for
here-
what, Jerry? For what?
Mr. Nambe, you don't cross.
Nambe?
This is not
He doesn't
crossfire.
know what he-
This
he
I'm
is
just
doesn't
not
trying
know
to
what he's
understand
saying.
the. I'm just trying
This
to
is
understand the
not
question.
crossfire. Let the man land, and when
I'm
we
trying
come
to understand the
no,
question.
no. Write it down. Write it down. This is not crossfire. This
Good,
is
I
the
know
liberal
the
Who
show.
your secretary
Question
to be
come to
writing what
you.
down?
Mr. So, this is not crossfire.
The
Let's
question
listen
come
to
to you
let's
as
listen to
well.
Jerry. Let him land. Go ahead, Jerry.
The question come to you as well. The question come to you as well. All the criticism that if you criticize, there should be something. Here's my recommendation. Because more often we like we just talk, there's no recommendation, there's no solution. We just say, oh yeah, this need to be done, this need to be done. Everybody is a aristocrat when it comes to issues. But when I say, yeah, what is a recommendation? What is a way forward? That's what I'm asking. What is a way forward? If you want to say, I'm willing to listen.
You met me.
You want me to come in on
I asked you a simple question. You wasn't able to tell us
Thank you.
anything.
Mr.
had a
So,
privilege
you
to
are
meet me.
you are
I've been asking
interrupting.
to have an
Mr.
interview.
So,
You'll be
Mr.
denied
So,
and I should
you are
consider
talking
who
out of
interviewed
order.
you.
Interview
Let
Mr.
him go to
So,
people who he hired
Mr.
that is
So,
saying, I would
Mr.
interview
So,
you.
you are talking out of order. You are talking out of order completely.
No, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
You are
Don't tell
talking
me
out
that.
of order. I didn't come
He's
to you.
talking to me, and I'm
No,
voicing out.
we're done with you.
It's
We're
not
done with
order.
you.
No, it's unacceptable, Mr. Toll. Don't tell me
But
that.
we're done with you. We're done with you. We came to you. You have nothing to offer us, and I turned the time back to Jerry. So you're done. You're speaking out of order completely. Again, folks, Samson told Labra Public, the number is out there. Give us a call, 916-533-2048.
If you would say that you will lie to have your way, that's not going to happen, including all
Mr.
of you.
So
You're
we
so
come here.
dishonest and
Nobody is
put it
taking
out
LPR
every day.
away from you.
That's
We
not what
are
I'm
having
saying.
a discussion. You see, this is what you guys do. Folks, give us a call. This is sidebar here, and I will be coming to Terry here very shortly. This is what you guys do, and we are not about giving in to any of you.
Okay.
First thing you need to recognize, none of us is regretting our decision. Okay, the phone call. Let me take this. Samson told Labrador Radio, what's your name, where you're calling from, and what's on your mind?
All right, thank you, Mr. So. This is Elvis calling from Minnesota.
Elvis has left town. Go ahead.
I was in the building. Look.
Oh, Elvis in the building? Okay.
I want to say hello to you and hello to the other panelists. Look, I don't appreciate the way you treated Mr. So on the show. You know,
Who cares for him? Samson told him
trying to
who?
suppress Mr. So's view. Mr. So ready to talk the truth.
You know
Hold
me.
on. Let me merge it, and I will reply to you. Let me merge this color. Let me merge this. Do you know my position on this? I am the board chair, by the way. You know that, right? So I'm allowed to throw my board chair weight around. Do you understand that?
It's not fair to us, the listener, because Mr. So is a quiet guy.
Who quiet? What make it? Ever, you're not serious. You're not serious. You look at
this is
Alfonso
how
So,
they
you quiet?
abuse power, and that's
Alfonso
exactly
So, you look at
man.
you say
This
you
is how
quiet?
they abuse power, and that's exactly he exhibiting.
But let me say this,
Both here on my
I see
foot.
them, you know, like man say you're miserable. You're miserable right now.
You see?
You're facing Mr. Bacon.
Exactly.
Well, like Mr. Tone, when the government first came to power, I said it on several platforms that immediately they should go into austerity. Even before this.
Hold on. Let me merge the other color. Let people come in. You can't hire on me tonight. That Chinese phone will take care of you. Yeah. Go ahead, Evan, so I can bring the other guys in.
Yeah. So the government didn't listen. They wanted to enjoy the team when they saw we were enjoying. They thought they wanted to enjoy the way they were enjoying. And everything is not the same. Everything is not constant. They kind of help with that during Ellen time. It's not even the same help with that during
Guy, you gotta mute yourself if you want to be part of the conversation. Somebody is speaking, please. Go ahead, Evan.
And we're getting even less help now during President Boyka. So I feel sorry for the old man. That some constraint has been put on his government, even though they didn't even have a lot of resources in the beginning, and now it's even worse. But this is where the 40-year experience is supposed to come into play. This is where he's supposed to be ingenious. This is where he's supposed to use innovation.
Evis, let me ask you this question. Since the USAID, Donald Trump came to power, how many months now?
They're making it pass in January, right?
Okay, so but goodness sake, this is February. Why were you you know something about policy? Those things don't happen overnight. You have to plan. So what make you think say the president and his people are unable to carry out to show their true self? They have plans and they're putting plans together. Give them the opportunity.
They should have done it from the beginning because you have to have foresight. They like the foresight. And I think they brought that far a little later, but I think he has the capacity to do it.
Okay,
but let's see how it goes. But I think this president needs to really do a lot of things to prepare his government. Otherwise, it'll be a complete and total failure.
Thank you. That's your hope, but it's not going to happen. Let me come on to the next caller. 203 number 203. You're next in line. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Why you can't call my name? Why you say my number, Mr. Toad, and you know my name?
Who are you?
This is the independent.
You see that? Why? Not even calling your name because you're not true independent. You're terrorizing independent. Where you might I'm gonna call your name. Go ahead.
I'm a great show. I like the conversation and the question you keep asking, who are we, and the whole nine yards. And I'm mostly wearing Jerry Washington back on. The security analyst keeps saying that we need recommendation. What recommendation can we make to this government? Look, Mr. Baco, when somebody come and say, I know it all, I don't need to even give a recommendation. This man told us he's the most experienced on day one.
Let me cut you up right there. Walter Carter. You see, this is what you do, and I keep saying to you, you are an educated person. You cannot distance yourself from truth like that. The president, he didn't say, I know it all. This is the president that during campaign, his slogan, we are going to build Liberia together. Another one, he said, all hand on deck. He didn't say only my hand on deck. He said, we will have people, all Liberians, to help us to run this country. So please, bring yourself back to the truthfulness. Go ahead. Hold on, let me merge this. Hold on, let me merge this guy so you can go on with your statement. I hope this is not one of those merging stuff that usually give me problem. Yes, it is. All right, go ahead. I'm not taking any more number until somebody drop. Go ahead. We'll wrap it up so I can bring the other people.
Very much. At least you see on the Tabata, let me say my own. Tell you on my own. Because you know what he's saying over there, not true.
Look at that.
This old man came to us and told us that he's the most experienced. Am I lying? Your man, the Reverend over there will talk to you because God will smack you if you don't talk to him. If his godfather said he's the most experienced politician in the country that can get a job done. We took a man job and give it to a boy, and he's the man that make things happen like you. Why should we be giving him recommendation? He's supposed to be getting the ball rolling on their ball. We're not supposed to be sitting here talking about USAID. Now, let me tell you one thing: the USAID have fun. The people send the expert behind our phone to take majority of the money, bring the majority of the money back there. Like we got enough money. The president should use austerity measure now to start making.
Oh, you don't look now, but you're making recommendation. Don't look now, but you are making recommendation.
I'm just telling you. If you are somebody who has the experience, all right, that's what he will be doing. But he lacked the experience. He lacked the innovation. He does not know how to govern. He has no fresh ideas.
Thank you.
Mr. Todd, independence on the floor. You cannot.
Thank you, Walter Cotton.
That's the reason why the public said the law, Mr. So when he got to this network to conduct. Everybody be writing me, telling me, saying, Mr. So is the best.
Okay.
You understand?
Keep your best to yourself. Thank you. So Sam, next time when I see your number, that Chinese phone you'll be then you come here to make Mr. Okay. Okay. All right, Wireless, you're next. Thank you. Go ahead, next. Wireless, you're next in line. Go ahead. What's on your mind? What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, of course.
Sure, this is Brigable Power.
Okay, let me merge this other color, please. Okay, Brigable, go ahead. It's gone. Oh, hold on.
Brigable.
Yeah, Brigable, go ahead. Brigable.
Look, listen. Mr. So, don't keep by you know when you give up.
Oh, that tonight, you and Mr. So friend now? Oh, okay.
Look, listen. Look, when you give up, and you don't got no hope, you don't got no explanation. If this man tell you the truth, they lie to you. That's what happened now. Listen, I don't want Mr. Mali here. Mr. Mali said, President Baka had to tell the title, the 40-year spirit title to President Weir. The difference between President Baka and Donald Trump is not two years, I think 3 or 2 years. But the experience that Baka get in government, they may not go in government, let's say 5 years. But the team may do it. When you say leader, there is no change in the very power since 1 year now. No change. Look at exactly all you go past. You see, look, your definitive and your know is wrong. Mr. Bago, why you keep doing this thing? You know for the way the old man is not working correct. The old man made a contract to say, I'll be right in a contract with give up. That will say what's Saturday. All of them give up. That will the pastor, all of them give up. Nobody talking. Because they are more full. They say, oh, okay, we have 40 years, coming in government. They already are having. Look, let me tell you something. The war experience. Even in China, don't call it defining. They made bank government say 40 years. All the downfall like well, they know everything. They see a like well, they talk know it. In it, 1 year, you know you do nothing that's supposed to say you're different experience, and they go to go this, they get defend everything. Nothing. 1 whole year. We go to 2 months now in the other year. 2 months. We go 3 months. The government is asking like that. Who is that in the country? Is that correct? No, I want to say it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is it David? Clarence, are you on?
Yeah, Mr. Toe, how you doing?
Fine. Thank you. Go ahead, my brother.
Sometimes good to listen to sometimes to some old leader. The former president Ellie Johnson said that a minority made a noise, the majority will listen to the development that going on in the country. The noise a minority, when they come and they show you, I don't know. Because the fact that the matter we know that the crises are going on in the world now, it's not only like doing alone. Because you are asking for the recommendation. If people will come here and talk the negative, they will not bring in a recommendation. I don't think they will be doing fair for our country. And for me, I want for the government to cut down costs. Let them cut down costs. Look at some of the SOE. There's somebody getting $3,000 some more dollars for gas and generator in the house. If you have this generator, you take it there. At the same time, they give you $3,000 extra for generator. The government cut down costs and get to be able to meet up with some of the situation that are ongoing. Because this problem is not only for Nigeria, it's a global issue. So we will not sit down there, the country get money. But the money cannot be managed the right way. Here what you did, getting the international community, when they take their support from us, then we can start begging, getting start crying, getting some of that here. What kind of whole country that cannot think about what to do in Canada to penetrate the same thing? Somebody like Mr. Nangwe said, I brought it on the other day. Being governor, 56,000 United States dollars. If somebody is taking their money per month, tell me, by the 12 months. So the money in the country, but the problem really happen, the money has not been managed the right way. If people are not being fair to the country, they say, oh, see this thing coming happening to our country, don't all our country together decide getting it. We would have gotten a higher money, don't cut our budget, so that the country will be able to run. But everybody will sit down there and cry for you say. So if you say don't come back to Liberia, then Liberia now exists again. We need solution. We don't need to always complain. So don't start complaining and find solution to the problem that today tomorrow when you say that come back to the country that like you will be able to stay on.
Thank you.
And then the last part I want to say is that you really put on the show tonight because the other team is treating the CEO and the other people right. The president said we cannot point out because of mosquito. Everybody get their view on with what's our dissatisfaction.
I don't like their view. Their view is skewed.
Everybody that come in the show, don't tell Nigeria.
All right, okay. Saying you appealing to the board chair, I will take that into consideration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Toe.
Thank you. You see, that's how you do it. You appeal to the board, and the board will reconsider its action. Thank you, folks. We are very pressed for time. Nambe, let's hear from you. Give us your closing. Nambe, are you frozen? Yeah, he is. Am I muted? Am I muted? Nambe, you're muted.
No, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm sorry. I was muted. And I was trying
of course,
to.
you're negative 1%, but anyhow, go ahead. What's your point? Give us your closing.
Well, listen, thank you very much for the show tonight, for playing host, even though I disapprove of
When you say playing host, am I playing? I am the host. I'm not playing host.
What Carter said just now?
Oh, the caller?
Yeah.
Oh, you appealed to me as a board chair.
No, the man said you prefer Mr. So hosting. You didn't hear that?
But that man you were listening to?
Because Mr. So doesn't interrupt people like you. You are a draconian host.
Go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
On the serious note, though, I came on the show listening to you. Kind of asking, and I kind of intentionally sidestepped your question. Who are we? I think you yourself are expressing some of the frustration that all of us are feeling. we have problems in Liberia, but I'm not sure if they are so complicated as to the solution totally and completely eluding this current government. I don't understand. The caller on the line just mentioned the situation with the central bank. How does that even happen? And are we entirely helpless? We can't address that. You know how? So we're running a budget of 880 million, and almost 90% of that is all about.
Now, wait, can you hold on, please? Let me make the circle 360 because I've answered two of them, and this is the third one that will make it 360. And let's see where his view going to be. I will call him right. I'll make call him, please. Now, wait, please, if you don't mind. Okay, let me make that.
Hello?
Yeah, Teddy Lyon, what's on your mind?
Well, thanks for taking the call. This is Teddy Lion Yako from Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay.
Mr. Tool, speaking to LPR Liberian Public Radio this evening, there are one or two things where Mr. Tool you need to refrain from. You need to refrain. You are a liberal. The liberal gives people their rights to express themselves. So you are very, intimidating Mr. Tool.
Thank you.
Your Chinese phone not coming to get to me now, Mr. Toll. This is about the Liberian discourse. And we need to be very transparent in our opinions and our points. How we discuss this matter. It has reached to the point where the Liberians are being very, 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 concerned about what's unfolding, all the unfolding. So Mr. Stowe needs to be given that chance to checkmate you.
You see it?
Because
you see that?
The government have failed us already. I just trying to get a little tape at work, but we respect this platform so much, and more especially you, despite you support Baga, the Haitian Liberians in general having so much love and respect for you. But I just want to stop there.
Okay. I will take your appeal to the board. I will take that into consideration. Tomorrow, in fact, tomorrow when if Mr. So having to come on my show tomorrow, I will at least give him 5 minutes to express himself. Thank you very much.
But 1 second. Yeah, this show is Mr. So's show today or yours?
Who's running the show right now? Me.
Oh, okay, you.
Yeah.
I thought you were overriding Mr. So on his own show.
No.
However, man, you have to make no adjustment.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Thanks.
Thank you.
But I'm not forgetting about how Braga is still the Liberian.
Goodbye. Thank you, Chani Phone. Thank you.
Well,
talking Google thing now. You come and talk about.
Actually, I agree with most of what he said. Yeah,
now we make your point, so we can move on to the next.
I support that color.
Okay.
And you should begin giving Mr. So that 5 minutes tonight. We ain't gotta wait for tomorrow. So
you'll be lucky if you get 2 seconds tonight. Thank you.
I'm not done yet. The only thing I disagree with Teddy on is UPCDC.Caromanian Library. There's not only UP and CDP. There are other people. There are other people who are not sedition, who are not UP people. So this whole thing about UP making them come back to CDC. No, CDC is one and done. They're done. They were there for 6 years. They couldn't make it. They couldn't make it.
They're coming for you. They will soon come back. They will soon come back.
No, but before I pass it over, listen. We'll come here, pontificate and talk whatever we want and give all of our views, give our pieces of advice here and there. But look, the president has to realize the sanctity of his assignment. Every 6 years, over 5 million Liberians get together and say, you are the one we trust to
I told
manage.
you. Hold on. Let me ask. I told you they were coming for you. Let's watch. Samson told the brother public, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Please hurry up.
Mr. Tool,
Yeah.
can you tell the 1.5% of over there that it does not determine who wins election in Liberia? The 1.5 over there, all right? The fact is
But who's talking? He didn't even introduce himself.
Leader does not have constituents in Liberia.
But who did nobody want to know who's talking?
You understand the voice, but I don't want it to be a traumatic experience for him. You understand the voice. Keep it that way.
Okay.
No, he can't be telling us on this show that CDC will not come back to power. He got 14 right in Liberia? No, he does not.
Okay, thank you.
So we will determine that 2029. We'll see.
All right, thank you. I told you. Well, wrap it up so I can go to Terry. Please.
Yes, I'm about to pass it over. I just wanted to, and that color is in for a rude awakening, like what happened to him in October. But you will deal with that. Who is it? I'm having a traumatic experience. I think he's still suffering from PTSD. So let him go and figure it out. But I was saying the president, the sanctity of his assignment is sacred. When one person out of over 5 million of us, every 6 years, the people will say, "You're the one we trust. We want you to manage our national call, whatever it is that we own. We expect you to make the best calls for us." And the president has to understand this assignment. It is a big assignment. A lot of people depend on him. He's taking far too long, to address the plight. Some of the things are not that difficult. There are the bigger problems, and then there are the short, impactful, projects that can make a difference.
Thank you.
Like, for instance, cut all this fight in the government. Why does he still have to give people gasoline for generator, gasoline for car, scratch car? Why does he have to maintain that policy? I don't know. Maybe it's more complicated than I understand it. But we're rooting for them. But he has to understand that his 5 years, it's 6 years right now. He came in on 6 years. He's on 5 years left. Pretty soon you'll be down to 4. And then Terry then will have to hit the road, looking for votes all over the place. Because if you do well, your re-election shouldn't be so difficult to the extent where Terry then got to take sabbatical and go to Moravia to look for a vote all in every corner. Right now, what he's doing should make it easier for his reelection. But thank you so much for the show, and I feel sorry for that. I feel sorry for that color. I feel sorry for that color. Let him go take his. Let him take a Prozac and go take a rest somewhere.
Thank you, Terry. Give us your closing, and then we'll go to Mr. So, and then Mr. The co-host will take us home.
But the only part I like from Mr. Nangbe is CDC not coming back, and that is a stamp. So, however, for me, I only support people that I have been given insight to support. I don't just support blindly. Yeah, I support you because I have an insight that you are the right person for the job. I believe. Here is my recommendation to the president.
Push you on that.
Or I would say suggestion.
Let me push you a little bit on that. When you say you have an insight, what exactly are you talking about?
Well, from my religious background, I must have a spiritual insight before I can support you. Once that don't come, I will not support you. So in 2029, yes, prophetically. If 2029 appears and I have an insight as to who in the race that warrant my support, that person will be the person I'm going to support.
I will be in your dream. I'll be in your dream.
So let me ask you now.
So it's not going to be president.
Let me ask you, me as a board chair, prophetically, how you think I'm doing?
Oh no, Libra, that's not how I can do my own thing. That one I caught me saying, and I'm prophetic.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
But however, Labor,
Derek, Derek, don't be afraid to get bamboo a collar, man. Divide the collar. When the man ask you answer him.
yeah, no, I want the show to spoil. But Labor is a good man. Labor got good heart. Labor love Liberia. But however,
Whatever, whatever, whatever.
I recommend that President Boyka cut down on wasteful spending. That what Mr. Nangbe said. I agree with him. And that is the recommendation. Cut down austerity measures, put it into place, cut down on wasteful spending. You keep every now and then when I look on the executive mansion website, I see him adding people to the government. How you gonna pay these people? I don't know, you got an economic advisor, but they're not telling him right. How you gonna pay these people? You just adding people. You got a bunch of baggage. Like the guy who you just put there, what the guy name? They are the asset recovery team that have never worked almost in the whole entire or how you call it period. And I think the budget was 1 million, and they have not worked. And the president executive order got 1 year. The people have been sitting down for 8 months. So you want to tell me that only 3 months or 4 months they will work for and carry 1 million hours? That is a poor judgment when it comes to financial, for spending and economy. I'm not an economist, but from my analysis, then you got the ombudsman. Saying you brought the ombudsman with his own of baggage, you have been paying him. We have not seen what he have done. Then Unity Party people challenge him on his own recommendation. We can't hear about the ombudsman. Over the period of months, the ombudsman have been taking pay. What have he been doing? You got also the signing of the something for the World Economic Crime Code. You hire people to take care of that. How far? Nigerian men can say how far they go. So we want to know what you got to put into austerity measure. You got to cut down your budget. Even America did the same thing. Cut down your budget. I agree. The president did well in cutting down his budget in 2024. The budget that the president met there is not the same budget he operating with. And all those various ministries, their ministries, and I think they have a set budget for every fiscal year from government to government, from G to G, that they give to the finance ministry for the finance ministry to budget per year. So I think they need to cut down on it. Gafan need to put into some discretion measure to be able to cut down all the fat so that the budget can be able to. And I think this is something that God Himself is doing to Liberia because He sees that we waste too much money for lawmakers them to be riding in a car with 25,000 in their pocket. You understand that somebody bribing a lawmaker say somebody trying to bribe him to remove Funanti Kofa with 25,000. Lawmakers then sitting out in RLG for 2 to 3 months. You understand? These are lavish. So I believe God is doing this to Liberia. So the president, and I'm hopeful that the president with all his wisdom will take the measure necessary to fix it. And I trust that process will go on. I know that we have challenges time. Liberia has always crossed the storm. I remember, according to the story, that Hitler wanted to bomb Liberia, but he tumbled over the country. And he realized it, but the country is small. Why I want to bomb the place for the people wanting to pray? And they pray. But I do not agree with Gafan prayer strategy. We're not wake keeping or going into prayer closet for you. Up to now, Gafan had not presented the budget. The budget need to be an open secret. We want to see the budget. You understand that? And to be honest with you, I am not 100% in favor of Gafan coming to the finance ministry. I'm not 100%. I said it on the show. Those who watch me, and that is why the reason why the CDC point let me is because they want me to take their side. I will never do it. I will never take your side. But when I see truth, I will speak to it. But I will never join you to support you all the way in all your bad behavior. I will not do it. You call me anything, call me fly by night pastor. The other man can do nothing. It's up to you. I'm not going to join you 100%. But I was one of those who stood on this platform and said, Gafwan was accused for embezzlement under the Madam Sirleaf leadership. Calling him back does not look good for your government. And since he came back, it's not been good. Let's be honest. He had not been good. Then he went to the people there and telling the people, say, the people might pray. What we going to pray on? They did not pray. This is your scientific. You need to use your scientific strategy to make sure that things are put into play. My question to him, and that's why I see all the journalists then carrying the news. Oh, Gafan, the only news they're carrying, Gafan talk about how no money will be coming back. So they're not talking about where is the budget, 2025 budget, where is it?
Thank you.
It's supposed to be printed and given to us. It's a law. Where is it? We want to see it. Thank you.
Thank you. Join us tomorrow. Jerry, I think that will be the end of the show tonight. I think we have a wonderful show. Jerry, why don't you come and wrap it up for us tomorrow? And
Okay.
I think that Wednesday will not come. Who cares?
All right. See you tomorrow. Take care.
He know me. He know me.
All right, Mr. So let's hear from you. You got 2 minutes. Everybody been saying I should give you time. I'm giving you 2 minutes.
Nobody need to plead mercy for us. Look, let me say something that I've never said on this network. And I think I told you. Look, it's about the country. I work for the government of the Republic of Liberia, whatever level it is, the Ministry of Post, the Ministry of Presidential Affairs. And I will call me, I'm not like you that have no secret to hide. It came a time, the Ministry of State, the executive pavilions, Ducor managements, and all of these auxiliary, they are under the Ministry of Post. You know those, they are satellite ditches, they are cables over Ducor, right? The Ministry of Defense, and at that time, Brandon Samuka was the minister. They saying he will remain great. You talk to him. It came a time to send something there for us to allow it to go through that same type of Liberian way. My former boss at the time, she's right here in Minnesota, Titi Nire. When they sent, we said no. We are not under the Ministry of National Defense. We are an autonomous agency under the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. At that time, Gabriel was the Minister of State. If you want it, you go to our boss. They do it, Jaga remigrate, and they talk we're going to do it. We said no. Somebody got to stand up for something. At the end of the day, we went to Samuka, and Samuka said, yeah, they are right. The Ministry of Defense needs to pay her share. It's not coming in our pocket. It goes to national government coffers. So when we are talking these things, we talk with the little that we know and people that we work with. I should come and give what? Recommendations? Let me remind you the recommendation that I gave. And you and Liberal, it was blown out of proportion. Separate branch of government. When the impasse of this speakership that is going to what, you know what is happening now? EU is also coming down hard on the legislature. Most of the funding comes from EU. What we said is politically charged. The president, they should make some phone calls behind the scene. And you are acting like nothing. And the president is in the know of every bit and pieces, every step being orchestrated. And we saw the role of the executive branch of government into this to get us to be where we are. Some of us, we said, no, it shouldn't go that way. You came here, you were doing hallelujah to Hosanna. Look, we saw what happened to Samuel Doe. When people betrayed Doe, when people were not honest to Samuel Doe, at the end of the day, what happens? Every kitchen sink was dashed on Doe when people were unable. You know, that's the problem with a Liberian politician. No one is willing to sacrifice his or her political office to be honest with the president. I'm not saying to be disrespectful. That's nothing. And all of these people, they have been so dishonest to this president. And if I had a privilege to meet the president like you did, I would look in his face and tell him, these are people, you know it, he knows it. So when we come on this network, we are doing it for the good of the country. So
Thank you.
nobody, no level of Samson to Jerry Barker or somebody who tried to say the right and this and that. No, we are standing
Thank,
up for the
thank
country.
you.
We will
Thank you.
continue to do this. The labor will never sanction me. I will talk. He can stop me from talking on his show. So be it. But when I take the microphone on Wednesday, he has absolutely no control. So exercise your power, your authority, board chairman, board chairman. This is how the abuse of power in our country today is over the rooftop.
Am I
The
not a
country-
board chairman? Am I abusing my power? I'm the real board chair.
Yeah,
So what
you
you
are
want to
board
argue
chair,
with?
but when your board chair authority becomes excessive to the extent that voices will be sanctioned, then that's abuse of power. So you are more Donald Trump than you calling me Donald Trump. Oh, I get Chinese phone. Your phone calls now has been selected to a certain portion of Liberia, and that is unfair. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. So. The media allotted to you has been spent, and I
There
even
you go.
very gracious
Oh
give
my
you
goodness.
extra meaning.
Ah.
Thank you very much. Uh,
But what? Oh, I forgot. Why you were crying when the program started? What was your
Mr.
what?
So, we're not going to relitigate the program. That's not what we're going to do. Let me
I
go
will
to this.
I will sample that on
Mr. So,
Wednesday.
you have no authority to sample anything of mine until I give you copyright. I'm not giving you copyright. So
Okay.
let me go to the co-host. Jerry, you got 10 minutes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
what?
We're starting to-
Jerry, are you not talking in this thing? You the reverend here. Jerry got 5-10 minutes. You're not talking? You can handle say
But
that?
you know how many minutes the man spent? Terror spent? So
That the co-host, that the co-host.
Now
So
the
Jerry, you
rescue
Jerry, you agree with
expert in
me?
there is beyond rescue one. All right, go ahead, rescue whatever.
now when you
That
say
the,
at my
that the
own discretion,
co-host.
you give me 10 minutes.
Wow.
I use it at my own discretion.
Oh my
I use it at my
goodness.
own discretion.
This is unbelievable. What?
I use it at my own discretion. But yes, it did. Fellas,
We
thank you
inform-
tonight. It's always good conversation. Look, on this show, I learned a lot. And Mr. So, I like you. Because you know what? I always say you prepare me. Because each time I want to talk, you try to suffocate me. I have to keep my thought so that I will remember what I want to say. So everywhere I go, now I remember if somebody try to get under my skin. So I enjoy you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Or maybe I become somebody tomorrow and somebody will ask me some question. Maybe I will be agitated. I have to start thinking and say, well, the time I want LPR, there's a man that was there who used to poke me. So thank you. I appreciate you a lot. So I'm learning. Being on the show, I'm learning. But yeah, what I want to say. Two things quick. When you come to the bank, there's something, there's a continuation. Except where the president say, you know what, enough is enough. You know, somebody making $60,000 a month, it is enough and enough. It's something that maybe, I don't know, from generation, I don't have the statistic before me, but I think Mr. Buck came to office before the president, their bank CEO or bank president making $60,000. So it's something to also look at.
But that is
Wasteful.
if it were then that's business as usual. Isn't that business as usual, Jerry?
Mr. Nagbe,
That's
co-host is on the
Mr.
floor.
Number. That's what I'm alluding to. I say, if that is
Okay.
the case, that's what I say. If you listen, I say,
Okay.
if that is the case, it's something for us to look at. That's what I just said. It's something for us to look at. There's no way at this time somebody making $150 and somebody making $60,000 a month with all the loss rates that come with it. I mean, it's unbearable. Let's be realistic on that matter. I think it's something for people to look at. The next thing I want to talk about is my brother Elvis. Are you serious? Waka is not enjoying. Josh, we are enjoying. Thank you. That you just stated that, Josh, we are enjoying. Waka has not spent more than 2 months out of the country. So thank
Baka
you.
didn't come to enjoy. Baka came to
Well,
work.
listen, that's what he said. The job we are enjoying. That's why he won't statement. Average, that's what he said. So I just want to say thank you. Boyka came with a mission. He came to rescue. He wanted to rescue this country. You know, people come here, oh, Boyka got experience and all these things. We all have perspective on leadership, the way we want to govern. It might not want the way you want it, but that's the person. This is where how he lead their government. That's what he wanted to do. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but the question here is, he is very thoughtful individual. Before he makes decision, he waited out because the weight of the president is important. Why the presidency is important to the nation and to the public around the world. So people watch what the president want to say. Thank you. We'll be here tomorrow. Good to see you. Thank you.
Tomorrow's
you.
Wednesday, right?
Are you kidding me?
No,
Tomorrow's
Tuesday. Please.
We will be. Don't worry. You will have your Wednesday, and I will be on. I'm coming with my full power. You're not gonna do anything to me. I'm coming. When I come, I will annoy you.
Mr. Barker, I don't know what this guy always leaving you out, and I was saying link to you. I don't know. You know what? I will see. Mr. Namwe.
Okay.
You see what I did to Terry tonight because Terry speaks out. This is the kind of people that we have. How dangerous they are to society. Terry, they now push Terry aside because
Mr.
Terry,
So nobody give you extra time.
No. Listen,
I'm sorry.
He said he gave me 10 minutes. I think I spoke less than 2 minutes.
Yeah,
you know,
so he banking an hour for tomorrow.
No. He tried to persuade Terry and see Terry the other side too.
No, but I'm saying whatever time you don't use, we'll add it on to tomorrow.
You know, Mr. Namwe, this is so interesting. I will be the father of all, no green Liberia, no blue Liberia.
Really. When we come on Wednesday, we had a talk. You censure us. You can't talk for even 10 seconds.
You and your co-host, you're so ridiculous. But let me say this here before.
You're submitting the best of time on Wednesday. Trust me.
So I will have a better time as well. I'm coming in not as Samson, I'm coming as a board chair.
Okay, we shall see.
But let me say this here. Let me say this on a very serious note. Look, when we come over here to talk, the facts are on our side.
There you go.
When the president was seeking this office, he did not hire himself. He told you that, yes, I am an older person. But because of that, I want all Liberians to join me to build this country. It's always been his statement. Now, you can say, then what happened after he won? And that's the point that I was making earlier. Those who were able to succeed and put him in a bubble, they are the problem. But I tell you what, the president, he's an individual who has sense, very responsible. He will remove himself from that bubble. But let me just say this here.
That's a lazy argument.
Good night, Mr. So. I don't want to pack you in the bike. I don't want to pack you in the bike. I don't want to pack you in the bike. Let me say this here, as we're very close. Again, folks, Samson Toe. It's been a wonderful show. I'm one of the best hosts here on LPR because I do not come in here and try to kumbaya with kumbaya. No. We got a Chinese phone. When you call and you're making real point to benefit Liberians.
I think it'll be interesting here on Wednesday. Wednesday will really be interesting. I can't wait.
Oh, man.
I will be here.
I can't wait.
I will be here. And here, you know what happened to a co-host? As soon as I sent the link, he thought today was their time. He showed up right away. As soon as he saw my face, he left. He come. He come back, yo, because as soon as I put a link on, he gave me blue. He sat down. Because I can see, as soon as he saw my face, he left.
You know, Mr. Namwe, Terry, the level of bar, you know what he did? After he now bullied Dr. Mali, and you know, Dr. Mali, why he now put a picture together? But I will expose him Wednesday. You think Mali is, what they call him, Hila Selassie people, those people there?
That is the political guru.
Yeah, I will expose you. That
you burn and blow.
Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for.
Now for that,
I will not stay here. I will not stay here.
Yeah, anyway, good night, gentlemen. Thanks for the show.
All right.
This
Good
man
night.
Yeah, good night,
Good
Levi.
night.
Good night.
Jared, good night. Terry, good night, guys. Good night. Thank you very much for a wonderful show, Jared.
Nobody gonna bully you, okay? That's it.
No. They ain't ever, man. I'm a bold chair.
Oh,
Terry, thank you. Good night. Again, folks, Samson told Labrador Radio. I want to thank all of you again for a wonderful, wonderful show. We say thank you and join us again tomorrow. I have something I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, folks. There's a video that is going around. I will discuss that tomorrow. Again, Samson told Labrador Radio. Thank you very much. And we'll say good night to all of you.
Ateito nalukio na kati ya Kinshasa mobimba mama na bani na fwara